Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of Fiat Coupe. Weak points Fiat Coupe. Brake discs for sports cars usually do not have a long shelf life, which is the case with the Coupe. The timing belt is worn intensely, so change is required before the factory specified interval. Exhaust is susceptible to damage, so it is advisable to put on a tuner exhaust, which is usually far more durable than factory and cheaper. Although the Fiat Coupe is made in a small series, some of the flaws may not have been noticed, and some have been declared common. The Fiat Coupe does not bother with standard Fiat flaws. The rear brakes also do not have sufficient braking effect on the rear axles, and the headlamps often break apart. There is no rust issue with these cars. What should you consider when purchasing? Red key. The Fiat Coupe comes with a built-in category first immobilizer. The Fiat code system requires a red key, except for models from late 1995 and early 1996 with 16V and 16V turbo engines. To allow a copy of the keys or to allow reprogramming of existing ones. Every car, this applies generally to Fiat, must have a red key. Without it, the car will be harder to sell, and you may not even be able to drive it. Buying a complete new lock with the right key is expensive. However, due to the proverbial resourcefulness of our masters, even though you do not have a red key, you will not have any problems with the car. Color. This car is a little touchy, so it's easy to see the damage, which can again be used as an argument for reducing the price. Turbo. After a test drive before shopping, hope you try the car before shopping. Leave the car running for 5-10 minutes on the back. If the seals on the turbine fail, you will see bluish smoke from the exhaust. Otherwise, the turbine starts at 2500 or 3000 rpm. Pay special attention to the turbine, since although the engine may have been replaced, the turbine is probably not modified and is very vulnerable to poor maintenance. Also note that the turbine has limited pressure in the first and second gears. Brakes. When braking at 100 km per hour, make sure that the steering wheel shakes. If it shakes, the wheels may be damaged and need to be replaced. Also, avoid holding the brake while the car is stationary after intensive braking, which speeds up the wear process. Age. This car has rather large tires, so it is advisable that you do not have to change them immediately after purchase. Uneven work on the back. The worst option is that the injectors are clogged or worn out, or the cheaper version is that the dirty valve is on the back. Oil. According to factory data, oil consumption is high. Normal consumption is 1 liter per 1000 kilometers. The steering wheel. Steering rack was taken over from Alpha GTV, which brought a real sports feeling and very communicative management. The downside is that the turning angle of the wheels Einschlag is very small. Suspension. If blows are heard, it is either forks or the ends of the anti-roll bars. The forks may pound when accelerating or decelerating when worn out. Transmission. Standard Italian soft should not be a problem. Headlights. If larger cracks are present or the headlights is broken, be sure that take this into account as the headlights are very expensive and must be replaced completely, not just the cover. The lids are otherwise covered with a thin protective layer that peels off over the years. This is not a problem and can be solved by polishing or applying a new protective layer. The interior is very rich in standard equipment. Air conditioners and Clarion sound system are standard at 20 VT, and leather seats are very common. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you're the owner of this car, then share your experience. It will help others to choose a car. Goodbye.